Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Sunday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, I am livid this morning. You want the truth of me? I'm disgusted with my government. I'm disgusted with the United States government. I'm appalled and disgusted this morning. Honestly. I was curious. I was wondering if it was going to happen this morning. I wake up about 1 or 2 to start going through all the news feeds so I could come out here and do this video for you guys. And first thing I did was check on TikTok, and it is gone. TikTok has been officially banned for United. I'm appalled that I'm saying this. I think Americans, we should have the right to converse with the rest of the world. We should have the right to pick whatever app we want, to trade ideas and entertain and converse and trade ideas with anybody around the world that we choose to. We shouldn't be protected by Big Brother. I'll get a link down below. I quickly looked through some different articles to find the best ones that explained how this all came about. I think it's a CBS article down below. And it's U.S. lawmakers that enacted this a little over a year ago. There's a quote down below in the article down below about a Texas Republican lawmaker warning how they're, the Chinese government will know where I am, will be able to track where I am, will be able to track my keystrokes, will be able to get my phone records. And this is what I think about that. It's my choice. Screw that. President Xi Jinping. So if he gets my phone records, he finds out that I called my mother, that I called CVS for my Lipitor medicine. He finds out that I went to Stop and Shop for groceries, that I went to Walmart, that I went for a walk at the park. This is the stuff that our lawmakers are supposedly afraid that the Chinese government is going to get our information, that they need to protect us from the big, bad Chinese government. And I think what they're doing here, by doing this, is they're acting like a dictatorship. They're acting more like the actual communist government that they're supposedly trying to protect us from. I'm infuriated this morning about this. Here's another thing. Okay, the Americans that aren't bothered by this, there's a lot of older people, say over 40, over 50, that just don't use TikTok or might not use YouTube. They stick to Facebook or Instagram, the old fart apps, and they just don't care. This is a problem for me, because it's that attitude that, well, if it doesn't affect me, I'm not angry. What scares me about that is that we could see our rights slowly chiseled away, because people will stand there and they'll see this right taken away. Well, that doesn't affect me. That affects that group of people. So I'm not gonna make a stink about it. Then it happens again, and it affects another group of people. You probably heard this. I know it's a saying, and they keep coming and taking away rights. And then what happens when it's your rights that they come for? There's nobody left to protect you if you don't stand up for other people. That's what bothers me about this. The Americans, if whoever's watching this, because I might put this video on Red Note. I've been a big fan of Red Note, and I've got more respect for the Chinese government right now than I do for the United States government. The Chinese people have been fantastic on Red Note. It's so wonderful to actually just talk to Chinese people, and we ask them questions like, how much money do you make in China, or do you really eat pets? And stupid racist theories that we hear about each other. They ask, why do we make fun of their eyes? They ask us, does it really cost $3,000 to pay for an ambulance to go to the hospital? Real stuff that happens here. That's the thing. A lot of the stuff that they ask about us, the crazy stuff that they ask, is it true, or is our Chinese people will ask us Americans on Red Note, is it true, or is our government lying to us, or does this really happen in America? And a lot of times it's the truth. It's terrible stuff that happens in this oligarchy of the United States. A lot of the stuff conversely, the stuff that happens in China doesn't really happen. the eating pets and that kind of stuff. I won't get into that because that's just a bunch of nonsense. Anyway, I'm disgusted with this. Here's my thoughts on Joe Biden. He had a chance to really go out looking like a hero if he could have just put a 90-day halt on this. Because now, if he had done that, if he had put a 90-day halt on the ban on TikTok, it would have kicked the can down the road to Donald Trump. And then Donald Trump would have been left with a big dilemma in 90 days. You know, because half the people are going to want him to be tough with China, and the other half of people are going to want him to save TikTok. So it would be a no-win situation for Donald Trump. That, you know, if Joe Biden had put a halt to this TikTok ban and saved TikTok, but he didn't freaking do that. He could have gone out and have been a hero, but he screwed up by letting this continue. Now, Donald Trump can swoop in and save TikTok and look like a hero. You know, and he's still left with this mess though to clean up, because I think half of the MAGA Trump fans think that he should be tough with China, the people that aren't on TikTok, and then the people that are on, like I said, 50% of the people are going to be mad at him no matter what he does. Donald Trump. The message that we actually got on TikTok this morning talks about Donald Trump. If you have TikTok on your app, if you don't have it, you'll never get it now because you can't get it on. It's not in the stores. And it actually talks about Donald Trump. I'll use it on my screenshot. It says Donald Trump might save TikTok. And you know what I wondered? As soon as I tried to get on TikTok this morning, that sign came up talking about how you can no longer get TikTok. It's banned in the United States, and that maybe Donald Trump will be able to save it and give us a 90-day extension. That's what everybody got, the message everybody got on TikTok. And right off the bat, you assume that that's TikTok. It's a fellow American talking to you saying, you know, hey, you can get back on, you can watch. But then I realized that's probably not the U.S. government talking to us. That's probably the Chinese government or ByteDance, the people that own ByteDance that are putting that put up that message. You know, at first, I mean, it's kind of obvious. Of course, it's TikTok or the Chinese government that put up that message. So that's interesting. You know, that they're kind of in a backhanded way giving Trump a compliment. You know, like maybe he can help us. You know, they're kind of putting a little pressure on Donald Trump to save their app, ByteDance. You know, but at first I really didn't realize. You know, when I looked at that message on TikTok this morning, I just assumed, you know, it's other Americans talking to me, like just on YouTube or whatever. But it's not. It's probably the Chinese government or ByteDance that's actually talking to me. So it gives you, if you go on an app like RedNote, you just gotta be a big boy. You gotta be mature and realize that, or on any app, you know, that people can screw with you. People can intimidate and influence you. You know, you have to be careful of what people say and why they say it. You know, I don't mean you have to be suspicious of everybody, but just at the same time, you have to be very cautious. And I think that is our right as Americans, and it's been taken away. You know, it's Big Brother saying, "Oh, we're going to protect you Americans from the big bad TikTok. We're going to take away your." I'm really angry about this. Like I said, because it's our right to converse, free speech and ideas with not only the rest of the country but the rest of the world. And our government has now taken that away from us because they think they want to protect us. They think we can't handle it ourselves, that we can't make our own decisions on what's dangerous or who we want, who can get our information. They're protecting us from who they think are the big bad people in the world, and that's bullshit. That is bullshit. And I'm pissed off at the U.S. government for taking away TikTok. So we'll see what happens. The link's down below for the CBS News so you can get an idea of how this all came about. I'll be back later with another video. Have a good Sunday.